Hey, everybody, welcome to Liner Notes. I'm Nash, that's John. This is episode 12. What's going on, brother?
12. Not much, man. How you been?
I'm pretty good. We've been like rapid fire on these now, man. We're actually
I
like, we're actually
I know
like
it's been
almost professional. It's weird.
I know it's been less than a week since the last one,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
about.
We
All
should we
right,
should
good job,
celebrate.
us.
Yeah. Woo!
Good jobs. Go team. Oh, man.
Oh, so what's new? What's going on in the world of Nash?
Let's see. What's going on in the world of music in general?
Yeah.
So, like we've been talking a lot recently about vinyl and like record shopping and like how much we're enjoying that and like starting up a record collection again from like nothing basically. Because I think we got back into it around the same time.
Yeah, well, you
Um,
definitely before me.
and I know you and your youngest daughter have been out to a couple of record stores and like
Hmm.
sharing that experience together. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. She bought her first album with her own money, and she was all smiles.
What was it?
Weezer. She,
Oh, that's right. Weezer. My fucking good friends Weezer.
yeah, the one with Buddy Holly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but like I think it's just really cool for like to share that experience with her must be great.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome, and she's into all the pop punk and like Green Day, Sum 41, Blink 182. She somehow got drawn to that type of stuff, which is great. I'll
Okay,
take
yeah.
that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Nirvana. So yeah, it's great.
that's a win.
Yeah. So
And your other daughter just went away and saw Spin
Blues Traveler.
Doctors.
It was Blues Traveler, Spin Doctors, and another band that I can't remember. It was in
I don't know.
AC.
I kind of like it. Like I
Blues
almost
Travelers-
like it.
Blues Travelers they're good. I mean, I don't really listen to them, but I think they're dude, that guy, he makes a harmonica sound like a guitar. Like a
I
lead
know,
guitar.
no, and you know what? That's a talent. Like it takes a lot to be good at harmonica.
It doesn't to play it like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I give him respect for that. That's
No,
that's a
definitely.
talent right there.
Spin Doctor is not really my thing. You remember them, right?
I felt they were kind of like a novelty. Like
Yeah.
they had a couple of catchy ass songs that I'm not even going to get started because then they're going to be in my head.
If you just go ahead now.
Why you got to do that? Why you got to do hurtful things?
Because it's in my nature.
Now it's in my head. Thanks.
Well, hey, what's that Metallica song that I used to sing to you? I can't remember right now.
I know exactly what it is.
I'm not
You're
gonna do it.
a
I
jerk.
can't do
You
it.
know that?
I know I am. I try my best.
But talking about like the resurgence of vinyl and like record shopping again and collecting again got me kind of thinking about other things that used to be around a lot more besides like your local record store.
Mhm.
Like I can remember being in high school and there was a Sam Ash, which was a chain of like musical instrument stores. But there were also like some independent mom and pop like musical instrument stores around us too. So
Yeah.
like after school when we were in high school, that was a big thing to do. Like go to Sam Ash or Guitar Center or whatever and just hang
Mhm.
out and like play guitar or like fuck around with the drums or something like that. And
Yeah.
they were always really good about letting you do that and not like, harassing you to like either buy something or get out of the store. We used to go there
Yeah.
for hours.
That's pretty cool. We didn't have music stores like that. Like we had a record store. There was a record store in my town. And anytime I walked in there, it was like the same like 2 to 4 burnouts or headbangers, metalheads, whatever they called them back then, that were always in there tormenting the owner. The owner looked like Sonny Bono. That's what he looked like to a T. He looked like Sonny Bono. He's this little wimpy guy with a mustache behind the counter, and these metalheads were always in there. They were always tormenting him, and he couldn't get rid of them. He just could not get rid of them. They would always be in there sitting on the floor, just hanging out. And I got my first drumsticks from one of those kids when I first started playing drums. I walked in there. He had drumsticks and some other music stuff like in a case,
Right.
in the counter or whatever. And so I said to the one kid, because he was a drummer in the high school, I was like, "What kind of drumsticks do you use?" He's like, "You got to get 2B. You got to go with 2B." Those things were like tree trunks. I mean, they were so big, they were fat. But that was how I got my my first pair of drumsticks, from those mischievous little kids that used to hang out in the record store.
Look at that.
Yep.
But like I don't know. I just feel like when we were like high school age and early 20s, there were a lot more things like that, like places that you could just go and hang, and you didn't necessarily have to buy something, and people weren't rushing you out the door and stuff like that. Like we had there's two places from when I was a kid that I remember being like, I mean, we didn't have a lot of malls in Brooklyn. We had like one. It was called King's Plaza, and it was not like great. It was kind of like ghetto, so I didn't really go there. But we had there was a place called the Avenue I Flea Market, and you went there, like you took the F train to Avenue I, and it was basically like a big warehouse. Excuse me, I'm coughing on absolutely nothing. It was basically like a big warehouse, but there were all these like little kiosks and stalls of like independent vendors. So like you could get patches for your denim jacket, or like excuse me, I don't know why I'm choking on nothing all of a sudden.
Are you okay? Should I call somebody?
What's that?
I said, "Are you okay? Should I call somebody? You all right?"
Nah, I'm fine. I'm choking on nothing. It's fine. But you could get like patches for your denim jacket. You could get like cassettes, your rock and roll t-shirts. It was kind of like Hot Topic, like before there was a Hot Topic, kind of. And then there was another place called Caesar's Bay Bazaar, which was basically the same thing, but they had like a bunch of like different stuff like that. Like you could get stickers, patches. There was a place that sold like comic books. There was always, you know, like your metal t-shirts and like buttons. Remember like putting buttons on your denim jacket?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So there was like a little stall for that. So, you know, places like that were always cool to go hanging when you were a kid. And then like, you know, you could go get a soda and like a pretzel, or like, it wasn't like a mall food court, but there were a couple little things you could go and get. And it was just cool places to hang that, you know, you could just walk around and spend a lot of time, and like you really didn't get hassled or get kicked out, because it was like basically our version of a mall, because we didn't have a lot of them. So
yeah.
But those were good times.
Yeah, we didn't have too many places like that over here.
What?
I got the 7-Eleven is where everybody hangs out now.
Oh yeah, 7-Eleven is where everybody hangs out now?
I guess. That's the only place I see kids hanging around now. In front of 7-Eleven.
Like in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I stay away from them.
I guess you got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, funny story, kind of having to do with. I think it was probably Avenue I Flea Market. Did I ever tell you about when I had my ear pierced?
No.
I never told you that story.
I don't remember.
Okay, so when I was like 14, like the summer before freshman year of high school, I was going to like Avenue I Flea Market all the time with my friends, and they had an ear piercing booth, and I really, really, really wanted my ear pierced. And I figured it's the summer before high school. Like, I'm going to like reinvent myself. I'm going to be like a different guy. I'm going to have like a piercing. I'm going to be like badass and cool. So I went to Avenue I Flea Market and I checked out. It was like $20 to get your ear pierced.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, at the time, I had to like ask my mom for money. And I knew that she wasn't going to let me get my ear pierced. But I also knew that I couldn't lie about the thing I wanted to buy, because then I was going to come home and not have the thing.
All right.
Because I was going to have an earring instead.
Right.
So I'm thinking about this, and I'm talking to my two sisters who are both older than me. Mm-hmm. And my oldest sister, who's 4 years older than me, had like a ton of earrings in both ears, and never a problem. My mother didn't care, whatever. But like, she also had a job and her own money and did what the fuck she wanted, as far as I can remember. Because when I was 14, she was 18. So, you know. So she's like, John, I'll pierce your ear.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, all right, awesome. I trust her. I figure she's got so many earrings. Like, she has to know what she's doing. I can still remember sitting in her bedroom on a chair that we took out of from the kitchen table. And she took a hot needle and thread and just pulled it through my ear. It hurt like fucking hell, and it bled like a son of a bitch. And then she stuck a hoop with a little skull in it in my ear just to like keep the hole open.
Right.
So now I'm all like, wow, this is really cool. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure my ear was infected.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. But so now I'm like, I gotta still, like, at least for 24 hours, I gotta hide this from my mother.
Right.
So I, like, my mother comes home and we're at that point where we all still sit and have dinner. Mm-hmm. So it's time for dinner. I gotta hide my ear. So I just kind of lean on my left side.
Right.
You know, just like this. So I think I'm clever and you can't see it. And dinner's over and we're all like taking our dishes into the kitchen to wash the dishes. My mother comes in behind me. She's like, what's that? I said, what? She goes, let me see your ear. So I have no choice. So I'm like, yeah, look, Ma. She didn't say a word. And like a ninja, she took her pinky, put it in the hoop, ripped it out of my ear in one motion, like ripped it, and said, you're not a pirate. And that was me having an earring for 3 hours. And you know what? She was right. I wasn't a pirate. So
you're not a pirate. Oh my God. She just ripped it right out, huh?
With her pinky, just put her pinky in the hoop and just went yank.
Wow.
And then she was like, she looked at both of my sisters. She was like, all right, which moron pierced your ear? I'm like, what? She's like, I know you didn't go somewhere and pay money for that. So which one did it?
Wow. She was smart, man. She was sharp. That's great. No, I don't think you ever told me that story.
Oh, I can't believe I never told you that one. That was a good one. Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's when I learned that I wasn't a pirate and I wasn't allowed to have an earring.
Right.
And I never got an earring ever again.
Yeah, me neither, man. I don't have any piercings. No piercings, no tattoos, no nothing. Nothing.
Ah, you're a good boy.
Yeah, you know, I try. You know, but I'm a reverend, so I try. I can't really be doing those nasty things.
Yeah, so that was, I know that was like a little side trip that had nothing to do with music, but
no, but that was funny.
I just always thought it was a funny story. I did see that Faith No More and System of a Down are touring. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just heard about that. That sounds kind of cool. But
I
is
think
it?
that for right now they're only talking European dates, but I don't know. They'd be cool to see.
I've never seen System. I got into System briefly back in the day, but I never got to see them. Faith No More. I was never a huge fan of Faith No More. I like a handful of songs, but I was never like really. I don't know. I just never like really got into them like all that much.
I just think like I mean, Faith No More is good, but also just Mike Patton in general, also from Mr. Bungle.
Mm.
He's really talented
Oh
and
yeah, no doubt.
really, really wide range of like styles and stuff.
Hmm.
Like one of my favorite Faith No More songs is called Take This Bottle. And it's almost like ballady, kind of bluesy. He sings it really almost like in like a crooner style. It's weird, but it's really good.
Yeah, yeah. No, they were definitely all over the place as far as like styles and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, but yeah, yeah. I don't know. They just weren't a band that really that I connected with. You know, except for you know, like the singles. Like what were the big singles? We had Epic.
You had Epic,
What
you
was
had what is it? My Life is Falling to Pieces. Somebody Put Me
oh
Together,
yeah,
that one.
Midlife Crisis. There was a good handful of songs from them that I liked. They did a great cover of War Pigs. It's the Sabbath
Oh
tune.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, but well, it's good. It's good that they're back. They've been back though, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they've been around like back around for a while.
Yeah.
I just think that that's an interesting bill. That's an interesting tour combo.
Yeah. No, definitely.
um yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think who else. I was just thinking recently like I've gotten to see a lot of bands live in like probably the last let's see. Probably the last like 10 years. I've seen a
Mhm.
lot of live music recently.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like who haven't I seen that I still want to see? Is like
Oh.
the list I'm kind of thinking of right now.
Okay. So who you got on that list so far?
Well, I gotta think about who I've seen recently that I really liked. I mean, I saw Guns N' Roses at MetLife during the Not in This Lifetime like reunion thing that they did.
How long ago was that?
2017. It was a really good show. I was really impressed at how good they really were.
How long did they play for?
2 hours,
2 hours.
maybe more. And Lenny Kravitz opened for them. I mean, I could
Oh,
kind of
cool.
take or leave Lenny Kravitz, but he was really good live.
Yeah.
Then let's see who else. I have the Black Crowes coming up, who I've always wanted to see. I've seen. I just recently saw Nine Inch Nails.
Mhm.
I've seen Stone Temple Pilots, obviously with the new singer instead of Scott Weiland.
Right.
Seen Weezer. It wasn't my fault. I didn't mean to. It just happened.
It just happened.
Smashing Pumpkins were pretty good. Rival Sons. And now I'm kind of like, who I wish I would have seen when I knew they were going to be like better is like AC/DC. I feel like I don't want to see AC/DC now,
I hear they're not sounding too good.
but I wish I would have seen them like 10 years ago.
Yeah. 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 I
Um,
hear you.
I don't know. I mean, there's probably, if I think about it, a ton of bands that I wish I would have seen, and kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to see the Who now because it's just Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend.
Yeah,
but
it's kind
they
of
probably would have
the
been cool
why.
to see.
It's like the why. I know that wasn't funny. I'm sorry. You don't have to laugh.
I'm trying to think. Do you have anybody that you still really want to see that you haven't seen yet?
I would like to see. I definitely would like to see Rival Sons. Um, I would like to see Alice in Chains. I never got to see them with Lane. Um, I still think they're really good with the new guy, so I'd still like to go see them. I'd kind of like to go see Pretty Reckless. I think they're a pretty cool band.
Oh yeah,
Um, who else? Off the top of my head, that's it. There aren't too many bands that I could think of um, that are still around that I would like to see. But those are the ones that I've always wanted to actually like really go see. Rival Sons being the most, I guess, probably like the most recent of them. So that
yeah.
guy's got a
I
hell
saw
of a
them as an
voice.
opener for the Smashing Pumpkins and Stone Temple Pilots show. They were really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about them. That they're really good live, and they put out a lot of music too. They put out 2 albums, I think, pretty close together. Um, not too long ago. I don't know, they're just pumping out a whole lot of stuff. So, but
Well, that's good. I mean, I wish them luck. I wish them success. I think they're really, really good.
yeah,
And again, as we always say, like support local bands, check out your local music venues. Like
what's left of them?
if you can find a decent local show with like not a really expensive cover, go check it out.
Yes, yes, yeah. Actually, August 28th, there's a club in Clifton called Dingbats, and there's a pretty cool band playing over there called 60 something
60 something
60
60 miles down.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 60
I
miles
love
down.
those guys.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty.
Yeah,
Singer,
no, those guys are great. Check them
yeah,
out. If you're in the Clifton, New Jersey area, go check it out.
Yeah, I think it's August 26th at 28th, August 28th at Dingbats they're playing. But yeah, I've always liked those guys, and I'm glad
those guys are great.
Yeah,
August 28th, Dingbats, Clifton, New Jersey. Check them out.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, like, check out all of their music on Spotify and I don't know any other music platform where they might be available.
Yeah,
also
I'm pretty
buy
sure
some merch.
Everywhere. Yeah, they got T-shirts. They got some cool T-shirts.
They got some cool T-shirts. I actually have one. Buy some merch.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another way of supporting local bands. Like, find ways to help these bands out so that they can survive. And, I mean, bad enough everybody got to have a day job and do things they really don't want to do anyway. So,
yeah. But,
try and be supportive. Seriously, I mean that.
Yeah, get off your goddamn phones. Stop doom scrolling. Get out there. Have some drinks. Listen to some great tunes.
There, yeah. Buy a beer. Stay off your phone. Clap for the band.
Yeah,
and you know what? Also, stay for the band that you don't know. Like, stay for the whole thing. If there's 4 bands, see all 4 bands.
Yeah, you never know. One of them or all of them might end up being your new favorite bands.
Yeah, it ain't gonna kill you.
All the big bands started out as a local band at some point.
Yeah, every band you love was nothing at one point. But I think that's that's cool. I mean, you gotta find local venues and you gotta support them. Otherwise, they're gonna go away.
Yeah, and they are going away.
And that's boring. If you have to wait for like a mega stadium tour to see live music, that sucks.
Yeah, and it's so much. I love seeing bands in more small, intimate kind of settings.
Yeah.
But you just got to get out there, man. People got to get out of the house.
I mean, I did with my band Jigsaw way back in the 90s. We did a CBGB's matinee. So you play CBGB's on like a Tuesday afternoon at like 2:00. And there's like 5 people there. But I didn't want to get off the stage because the club itself is meant to be kind of shitty, but
Yeah.
the sound system was great. They put a lot of money into that sound system.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
obviously the history too.
so like when the sound guy was like, "All right, you guys are done, thanks," I literally was like, "I don't want to leave," and he was like, "Yeah, but you have to."
You have to. You must go now.
But yeah, but nah, I mean, things like that are fun, and like, you know, local unsigned original bands, like they take those gigs seriously, even if there's only 4, 5, 6 people there. So like,
Mhm.
be cool, support it. Um, I don't know where to
Well,
go from there.
yeah, I don't either, man. I don't either.
Oh, we were talking. You told me you saw the Ozzy documentary that came out of like his last show in Birmingham, right?
Yeah. Shit, I forgot the name of it. Um, yeah, it kind of went through his whole, the whole thing from him falling to getting the surgeries that they whatever it was neck surgery I think or spinal and neck and they botched it and he had to get more surgery to fix that and then he's just a mess and the stuff with the Parkinson's. They went through the Hall of Fame, the whole Hall of Fame thing with him. He really wanted to perform, but he physically couldn't do it. So they had who it was like Billy Idol and his guitar player, Zach Wild, a whole bunch of other people performed. And you see Ozzy's like sitting there at the rehearsals, and you could just tell that he really wanted to get up there and get out of that fucking chair and be part of it, but he just couldn't do it, man. And then they got to the end, and then it went from his performance, the last performance he did, and then it just went right to the funeral procession. It was really,
Wow,
it was just, it was so abrupt. It was just,
that's
they
a
just went
rough
right
edit.
to it. And that was it. And the movie was over. I was like, man,
Wow.
that was, you know, but it was really touching though. It was, it's sad, but
Man,
he
Ozzy's one
wanted
of
to be
those ones.
perfect, man.
It's still hard to believe he's gone. It's been a year, and it's still like,
Yeah, it really is. I was just watching I was reading something, an interview with Tony Iommi, a recent interview, and he said it's crazy. It's hard to believe that it's been a year because he sees Ozzy all over the internet still. He sees him on, he's popping up on YouTube all the time, and there's always Ozzy stuff, like in the news. And he's like, it doesn't feel like he's gone. He's like, but we talked a lot on the phone, and he said that he really misses that, but he said it really just seems like he's
you
just
know what?
not.
I'm glad that they were able to have relationships after, like, I'm glad everything was able to be like mended and stuff for
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah. They had a rocky, definitely had a rocky relationship. I think throughout the '80s,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
but it's
Tony
all. I
Iommi
guess
just
it's
put
all
out a
behind them.
solo album too.
Yeah, I heard a track yesterday. I was checking out I guess the single, and it's not bad. It's not really my thing. It's the singer is very well. The whole thing is just very '80s, like '80s metal
Ah,
um, stuff. Not really my thing, but it's for what it is though. It sounded really really strong. Really good.
all
But
right. Well, I mean,
it's
it's good to know that like guys like that are still plugging away and still have new material,
yeah,
and
definitely,
because after a while,
definitely.
it's got to be. We say all the time, it's got to be hard to give something like that up, but it's also got to be hard to like almost kind of, I guess, fight to be relevant still.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm sure younger generations have no idea who the rest of Black Sabbath outside of Ozzy Osbourne are. There got to be
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
who
I don't
like
know.
have no idea who Tony Iommi is. I mean, Bill Ward looks like your grandfather now. The guy's walking around wearing sweater vests.
Man. Yeah, he's something. But yeah, it was a cool documentary. It was really good. So and then there's going to be another one coming out for the well they're releasing the show. That's going to be a DVD or however
Oh,
they
so
release.
that's going to be a separate thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
going to release they're going to have like a whole DVD just for the performance and probably all the behind the scenes stuff and all that. But that should be cool.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. So, and that's it, man. That's all I got.
Let's see. All right. Well, we touched on something a little earlier that
Oh God.
no, brother. I don't hesitate to get into it, but fuck it. I'm just gonna mention it.
Oh, here we go. We're
All
doing
right.
it. We're doing it.
So all of you fans of Life of Agony, and I'm one of you. First off, they just re-released River Runs Red for some anniversary. I forget how many years it's been. But so that might be worth checking out. That might be a cool thing to pick up on vinyl. I'm thinking about it. Also, I spent some time working for bands that toured with them. So I did spend some time with the guys from Life of Agony. They're all really, really good guys. I enjoyed that experience very much. So Keith Caputo, the singer of Life of Agony, went through sort of an identity crisis and had a sex change, and he became Mina Caputo. And let me tell you something. I thought that was brave. I say good for him. You should never have to live as anything other than yourself. And it's got to be terrible to feel like you're trapped in the wrong body and your identity is not real. So I said good for him. I was totally supportive of it. And I still am. He came out within the past year talking about how he's decided that he needs to live as his divine male self. And okay. So he's reversing his sex change and in the process of becoming Keith Caputo again. Now, here's the thing. Anybody can do whatever they want. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. Absolutely. Life is too short to not live the way you want to live. So I don't care what your thing is, live that way.
Mm-hmm.
But
agreed.
Like how many times can you go back and forth? You decided that you felt like you needed to live as a woman, so you did that. And now you want to go back to being a man. But here's my point, and I'm not disparaging Keith Caputo and his decisions in any way, shape, or form. A lot of people around you had to make adjustments and had to come to terms with and accept the things you were doing. You're in an industry where you're high profile. You're in a band where all these other guys had to accept what you were doing and make allowances for the fact that we now have a female lead singer. I don't know, maybe they had to make concessions for like a separate bathroom. Maybe Mina Caputo needed a separate dressing room and a separate hotel room from the rest of the guys and all this other stuff. So I'm not saying, obviously, live the way you want to live, be the person that you're supposed to be. And I mean that anybody who's listening to us, I mean that with my whole heart. But like, come on. You got to consider, like, you're pulling a lot of other people into this with you, and they're trying to have your back and they're trying to understand. And I think you're making it really difficult. And I don't even know medically, like, how many times can you go back and forth? Is it safe? Is it okay? I don't know. Anyway, that's just... John, I don't even know if you have an opinion on this or if you want to express anything about this. It was something that I just felt like, I don't know, was worth mentioning.
No, I mean, I agree 100%. I mean, look, I support, I support everyone, whatever gender you are. I don't care. It's everyone needs to do what they need to do to be happy and to feel like themselves. But I never really gave much of a thought to, well, what if someone has transitions to a different gender and then they decide that they want to transition back? I never thought about that. Like, how does that affect not only them, but the people around them? Because, or even like your family too, it's like they had to come to terms with the fact that their son isn't their son anymore. Now their son is their daughter. and they finally wrap their heads around that, or maybe they don't, but they deal with that situation, and then the smoke kind of settles. They probably find some sort of, normalcy, or they accept it or whatever, and then it's like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go back to being a man again. And it's just like, that's just like a lot of emotional stuff, that affects a lot of different people. And I never really thought about that before. And I also wonder, just what does that do to the human body to
Yeah, I
to
mean,
go
what does
back
it
and
do to your
forth?
body?
Is
And
it?
also, kind of like, what does it do to your psyche to like bounce back and forth? Because there's definitely a different mindset from male to female. There's gotta be. And then like all your friends and like, I mean, you're in a band that tours. You're in situations where you're gonna change in front of people, and you're gonna like, I don't know. And like, do you talk to people ahead of making this decision to go back and reverse this again? I don't know. I'm
I mean,
probably not even qualified to speak on it. I just think it's an interesting thing. And listen, Keith, I wish you luck, brother. Life of Agony. I'm a fan. I support you guys. I don't know what else to say, but except that, like, again, live however you want to live. Do what makes you happy. Life is too short to not be happy. Like, you need to be comfortable in your own skin. And if you need help, and if you have any kind of crisis in your life, reach out, find some help, please. Really, seriously. Like, you know, I don't know. Find somebody to talk to, find a group, find some support, find your community. And like, just, whatever you're going to do, like, be safe about it, be smart about it, and just do whatever you have to be happy. Seriously.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't something that Mina Caputo just flipped the switch one day and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna be a man again." I'm sure there was a lot that went into that.
Oh, I'm
You don't
sure.
know.
I don't think it
Yeah,
was like, I don't think it was
there
a
must have been a
very
lot of stuff that
rash decision. I
yeah, there
just,
must have been a lot of stuff that led up to that.
yeah. And I mean, psychologically, it's got to be hard to now wrestle with the opposite again. You wrestled with it once, you came to a decision,
Yeah,
and now you're going back. I can't even begin to fathom how that must feel.
yeah,
And so
you know,
again, not knocking it, just like, I find it curious, I find it interesting, and like, I don't know whether Keith Caputo is a man, a woman, or whatever, however he chooses to live his life. Life of Agony is a good band.
mhm.
Their front person has a killer voice, and check out River Runs Red if you've never heard it. If you have heard it and you like it, pick it up on in the vinyl reissue. And I don't know. That's all I got
Yeah,
to say about that.
motherfucker. I'm gonna have to get that one on vinyl. I'm gonna go broke
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that one up.
because that really was a great album.
Yeah, no, that was really good. That was really good. I mean, I've got a ton of their stuff on a Spotify playlist, but I really should just pick that up on vinyl. And
Yeah,
like, that's another one. I mean, we've talked about records that hold up and you can listen to all the way through. Pretty sure
hmm
River Runs Red you can listen to all the way through.
yeah. That was definitely. I used to listen to that all the way through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I got to see them do it live every night for like months.
Mm. Yeah, I saw it once, once. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw them
they
when.
they they're a good live band. They put on a good live show.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of energy.
They played it at a QXTs a couple years ago, and I remember seeing video from that, and the place was. I mean, the place was packed. I mean, it was crazy, and people were
Yeah, I
so
can
into it.
imagine. I mean,
Yeah,
they have a good draw. They got a great fan base, and they got fans who will travel for them too.
yeah. That's awesome, man. God bless them.
Yeah,
Still doing it.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're one of those bands that they have a following. People will always come out to see them, and I think it's great. I love it. All right. I don't think I got anything else, brother. How about you?
No, man, I got nothing.
All right. So let's see. Be cool, be good to each other, and we'll see you next time.
All right, later, everybody.